One of our viewers in the chat reminded us that, of course, Klaus Schwab is stepping down from Davos today, which is interesting news. I mean, he's built quite an organization. He founded it 50 years ago. Davos, it's actually the World Economic Forum. And Mr. Schwab actually was able to bring a lot of economic thought from a globalist perspective, as you all know, to the forefront, and Davos became sort of the be-all, right? The place to be seen and for new ideas to be heard, many of which were not necessarily that beneficial to those in the middle class. And I think that for that reason, a lot of people really felt like, and do feel like, Davos has not necessarily been the best influence on things. You know, it's so funny because they're obsessed with equality and DEI and all these things over at Davos. And I always get a kick out of it because, you know, guys, like, I remember I was supposed to go one year for Bloomberg and we had everything in place. And then it turned out that we couldn't get the right badge. And I'm like, well, who cares? I'll just go, right? I'm going to do my interviews. And they're like, but no, you can't go to the right parties. I'm like, trust me, I don't care about going to any parties. Like, I'm there to do a job. And I want to interview Jamie Dimon, and I want to interview this one and that one. I had great interviews lined up. Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan Chase. And the Bloomberg team was like, oh, no, we can't have it. And I can't remember which badge this was. Unfortunately, I have to go back and look at my notes or something. But it was like you had to have, call it an orange badge, and they could only get me a silver or gold or purple. And they were like, well, you just can't, like, it's not proper to be seen without the right badge. And I'm like, you people got to be kidding me. I mean, really and truly kidding me. Somehow the Bloomberg anchor couldn't be at Davos without the right badge on her chest. I mean, you want to talk about the personification of seeing things through a class-based system with an organization that was supposed to be about equality. They're sitting there wearing the equality thing on their sleeve, preaching this DEI over and over and over again, and ESG over and over again. And yet my own news organization was like, we can't do this because you're not going to have the right badge and it's going to be embarrassing for you. No, I'm like, it's embarrassing for you guys. It's not embarrassing for me. I'm there to do a job. I don't care what badge I have, for goodness sakes, but you know, that's me. I'm really not interested in going to their glorious parties anyway. Thank you very much. So he's stepping down. And so I guess he's passing the torch on to his family because his kids are going to continue in the tradition there and they'll run that major conference. Look at that. It brings in $500 million in revenue. That's one heck of a business. Klaus, you got going there for yourself. You know, it costs a fortune. And when they only hand out so many special badges, you know, people are just forking over all kinds of tens of thousands of dollars to make sure that they get the right one. But there's always a rush on them because it's like getting that fancy Hermes handbag, right? Like, people want this bag and they won't sell it to you for some obscene amount of money. Like, I don't even know how much these things cost. With inflation, they're probably even higher, but I think they were like 20 grand or something. I'm sure my numbers are way off because, I mean, hey, if the cheeseburger is more than 200% higher at McDonald's, God knows what the Hermes bag is these days. Anyway.